Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning into our Autocyberworx podcast series, Shifting Gears into Digital Transformation. My name is Jacqueline, and I'm here with Fabian, the Managing Director at Autocyberworx. Thank you all for being here today. So, Fabian, let's get into it. Why don't you tell me a little bit about who you are?
Well, I am a 25-year veteran of the automotive industry, working in all gamuts from sales to general manager to having a part ownership in a franchise. Some great times, but I foresee a change in the industry, and hence why the creation of Autocyberworx, affectionately known as ACX.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into it. From my understanding, there's really no other company out there like ACX. So can you explain who ACX is and the importance of ACX to the automotive industry?
Absolutely. So Autocyberworx is a dedicated digital cyber solutions provider for the retail automotive marketplace. There's many different companies out there that offer similar services, but they offer it to different verticals and different enterprises. We have actually catered directly to the automotive industry. The automotive industry is an industry that doesn't necessarily run like every other industry, and it was important to us and my partners to have that understanding of the day-to-day operations in order for our products and services to be catered specifically to individual retailers.
Awesome. So Autocyberworx has been built on your extensive experience within the automotive industry, along with the technological expertise of both the digital and cyber executives. And you've used the term digital transformation. So what do you see happening in the automotive industry with regards to digital transformation?
Very good question, Jacqueline. Digital transformation is the new buzzword in many industries, and it's now actually crossed over into the automotive industry. Speaking from personal experience, the automotive industry tends to be more of a reactive industry as opposed to a proactive industry. And with the recent events of COVID-19 and shutdown and social distancing and so forth this past year in 2020, it actually forced automotive retailers to grasp and take a handle on how they're going to be doing business in the future. Not only that, with the next generations of auto purchasers coming up, generations Y and Z, they are more inclined to do things more on a digital platform as opposed to in person and in quote unquote what was known as the traditional way of actually buying a vehicle.
So there is a lot of change happening right now, not just in the automotive industry, but everywhere. So this might be a loaded question for you, but with your experience, where do you see the auto industry in the next 5 to 10 years, and what's ACX's role in that?
Yes, that's a very loaded question. But, it's a question that needs to be asked. And, it's the traditional dealership model that we see today and that we've seen in the past 5 or 10 years is not going to be there in the future 5 to 10 years. And what I mean by that is there is going to be a more online digital presence. There is going to be less in-person contact. Clients and consumers are going to want all the information readily available by their mobile phones, their apps, their desktops before walking into a retailer. And what we're finding out too is that as the process goes forward, you might have your car delivered to your house like a pizza. And I don't want to make it, downgraded a little bit, but that could be the level of consumer expectations moving forward. ACX caters to that diverse application and will provide different products and services to ensure that not only the consumers are protected and feel a level of transparency, but the retailers have the products to actually fulfill the client's needs.
Wow. So am I crazy to say Autocyberworx is kind of like the Amazon of the automotive industry?
That is what we will strive to be. We want to be on the nameplate for all retailers out there, automotive retailers, that if they need a digital cyber phone system, they call ACX. They need a digital cybersecurity video surveillance camera, call ACX. Like, we are the marketplace for many different products and services. So, if you need a customer check-in service kiosk, call ACX. So I like that analogy that, yes, in time, we would love to be known as the Amazon for car dealerships.
I love that. So knowing that the automotive industry is trending towards a more digital transformation with a focus on time sensitivity and client-based experiences, how is ACX really going to meet these needs and fulfill these dealership requirements?
So right now we're in line with many different products and services that we have to be offered, and we're going to be launching them in the Canadian marketplace probably every 2 to 3 months. We don't want to just come out and just say, here's our catalog, choose. Because the industry is known to be a little reactive and more instead of proactive, we're coming in to say, here's a product. This is how it's going to suit you. This is how it's going to benefit you. This is how it's going to benefit the consumer. Get that level of comfortability, and then come out with our second product and do the same stages. So we want the dealerships to know that we're their, business partners. We're not just a vendor.
So this is really exciting, and I can't wait to hear more about ACX. So thank you, Fabian, for participating in this podcast series, and thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to info@autocyberworx.com or contact Fabian directly at fabian.wills@autocyberworx.com. Stay tuned for our next podcast, and thank you all for attending.